Welcome to our Excel 365 adventure. Today, we're delving into the wonderful world of dates. We'll learn how to use conditional formatting to turn ordinary dates into a feast for the eyes. Are you ready? Let's dive in. According to Microsoft, Excel stores dates as numbers. This is so that they can be used in calculations. The only thing we really need to remember is that the number 1, if formatted as a date, will represent the 1st of January in the year 1900. Let's quickly explore that concept. We have a little work area over here. If we type number 1 and then ask Excel to format the cell as a date, and then let's format all these cells into the date format. So the number 365 should be around the 30th of December. In this cell, let's do the reverse. We'll type an actual date in here, and then we'll format the cell as general. So now we know that 45,940 days after the 1st of January 1900, the date would be the 10th of October 2025. And it's worth mentioning that when we flick between the different formatting options, we're not actually changing the original data that we typed in the cell. All we're doing is displaying the information in a particular format. And then let's do this. Empty these cells, format them as general. Now, if we type a number up here, and in this cell, we have a simple formula like this cell plus 7. This is exactly how Excel performs calculations with dates. And all we need to do is format the number as a date. In Microsoft Excel, there are two main formats that we tend to use for dates. The dates in this column are already formatted as short dates. And if we select the cells, we can choose to format them as long date. Now, while short date or long date will be the ones we use the most often, we do have the option to create our own custom format. Suppose we want to display all the dates like this. We need to go back to this drop-down menu and choose more formats at the bottom there. We want to create a custom format. And in this little box up here is where we define the format. We use Ds to represent the day or the date. For example, if we type 2 Ds, the example area shows us what the format will look like. If we type 3 Ds, we get 3 letters to represent the day. And then 4 Ds means we want all the letters of the day to be displayed. Now 4 Ds is the maximum that we would type together like this. If we type another D, nothing more changes in the format. However, if we place the cursor here after the second D, what do you think will happen if we hit the space bar? Okay, so Ds are for the day, Ms are for the month, Ys represent the year. So to get the correct format that we require, we can start with 3 Ds, then we need a comma, 2 Ds to represent the date, then we need a space, 3 Ms to represent the month. Now if we wanted all the letters for the month, we could type 4 Ms. After the month, we need another space, and 4 Ys to represent the year. Why is conditional formatting so important? Conditional formatting allows us to automatically apply formatting rules, and these rules are constantly running in the background, which in turn means that as we enter new data or the data changes, the formatting will automatically refresh as well. So let's say we want to automatically highlight any dates that are in February. First, we need to highlight the range of cells in question. Go to the conditional formatting drop-down and then create a new rule. We want to format the cells that contain, and the cell value is between the 1st of February and the 28th. Click this button to choose the type of formatting that we would like to happen. We want the font to be bold. We can even add a border to those cells as well. And then the most common type of conditional formatting is to add a background color to the affected cells. And when we click OK, boom. Now, if we wanted to celebrate Halloween in February and we change the date in the cell, the magnificence of conditional formatting responds instantly. Let's change the dates back to October. And to get rid of all the rules in the spreadsheet, go back to the conditional formatting button and choose Clear Rules. Are you ready to take conditional formatting to the next level? But make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the other Excel videos. Suppose we want to highlight all the celebrations in the USA that occur after February. If we want the entire row to be highlighted, we need to select the entire data range. Create a new rule using a formula. And let's choose a green background. And then we'll build the formula and then discuss the logic behind it. We're going to use the AND function, which allows us to check for multiple conditions. The first condition is we want to know if the date in column A is greater than the 28th of February. Now remember, dates are just stored as numbers in the background. And as soon as we introduce the greater than sign, Excel is expecting another number. And we don't necessarily know which number represents the 28th of February in the year 2025. But if we use the date function, this will convert a date into a number for us. And the date function wants to know the year, the month, and the day. And then close the brackets for the date function. Now, when we're writing a formula like this, we actually want Excel to check the date in all the rows that were originally selected. We need to remove the $sign that is currently fixing the row number. Still inside the AND function, we separate the conditions with a comma. The second condition is we want the country to be equal to USA. And then as per usual, we need to close the brackets at the end. And the general idea is this. As far as conditional formatting is concerned, the formula will be tested against all the rows that we selected. When it gets to the first row, the AND function will ask these two questions. In this row, the date is greater than the 28th of February, but the country is not equal to the USA. And what that means is the entire formula evaluates to false, and Excel simply moves on to the next row. And for each row where both conditions are true, the conditional format will apply and those rows will be highlighted. Now, if you want to continue your adventure with Microsoft Excel, you need to check out the video link at the end.